Yeah. The more we report them, the more we get.
Because ever
Hey everybody, it's the Chief along with City host. We are technical issues. I'm live on the computer. Hopefully this doesn't cut out here.
I'm live on my computer and it's running just fine.
I'm live here and I'm doing just okay.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm popping up a couple streams here on my phones. Our this is going to be real quick here. Anyway, Sami Zayn lost the hands of Roman Reigns. I knew it was going to happen.
We all
There's
know
nothing
the
you can do to stop it.
we all know the what. We just didn't know the how, and that's what made it interesting.
Wasn't all that interesting.
I like how there's more dissension in the bloodline. I mean, it builds to a more entertaining WrestleMania.
Okay, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
You said you were biased before with Cena being forced down your throat. Do you feel we're being that way with Roman?
No,
Okay, but my question next for you is he's beaten everybody on the roster more than one time.
and I'm going to answer that question. I'll answer the question. It's different when it's a face and a heel. You like the idea of a super villain taking off, taking on every challenge because you're wanting to see the underdog, the good guy, knock off the supervillain. It doesn't work that way when it's a face because nobody wants to see Superman bounce off everybody like their opponent because it's no fun. Now, if Cena did that year long title reign as a heel, it would have been a lot more entertaining.
That's not the point I was making, but okay.
It does make a difference face versus heel. A heel can do it
No,
differently
that's
than
not
a
the
face.
point. Point is, you're beating everybody on the roster. You're going to have to bring in somebody else to knock them off. Like, for instance, let's say night one, he fights Cody Rhodes.
Sorry,
Cody
wife
loses.
woke up.
Cody loses.
Okay,
He comes out night two, beats Roman. Can we call bullshit on night two? Yeah, because we already know he beat him the first time.
maybe. Well, not really. What if he beat him by disqualification, or what if he beat him by countout? What if he had interference and then he's forced to face a
He's
one on
always
one?
got interference. That's been the whole point.
Okay, fine.
900 days has been nothing but Roman and somebody helping. He ain't done it by himself.
He's on a few by himself.
No, he's Vince's bitch.
Right.
No, it's Hunter's bitch.
Okay, you know
He's
what?
Vince's boy.
You want me
They were
to
gonna have him lose after Vince retired, and then Vince guilted Paul into letting him keep it.
I this is what I think. You want me to prove that Roman is big bucks and big money? Okay, let him get handcuffed to the ropes like Cena did and let him get busted a couple times with a kendo stick.
It doesn't work that way with the heel. I'm telling you, faces and
No,
heels.
the point is he can't handle it. Roman cannot handle the physical abuse. Even when he was a face, how many often did you see him actually get chair shotted?
Um, a
I said
lot.
how
I
often.
can think of I can think of a lot of times when the Shield got their asses whooped.
I said how often. When he was a face, how often did he get a chair shot or a kendo stick or any type of weapon hit on him?
Kinesthetic, not so much. Chair shots, I can think of tons of chair shots. Not much of kendo sticks though.
All I'm saying is, you want to prove that you're big money. Okay, prove you can withstand the pain. Miz has, Orton has, Cena's damn well has. We all know Brock Lesnar's proved it time and time again. I just don't see where the money's at in him.
Does it have to be with a weapon?
And who?
When hasn't wrestling not been about pain and influence?
I'm just saying you can do pain and influence without a weapon.
Really, I've never known one.
All I know is Cody versus Reigns, the Usos and Solo and Heyman need to be gone from ringside.
Won't happen. Have you noticed they have not have not pulled them away from any part of those matches at all?
Yeah, they had. A few months ago, the Usos got banned.
But Solo didn't.
Mm-hmm.
The point is, the whole team has not been not allowed at ringside.
Well, in all fairness, Heyman very, very rarely gets involved. Now, has he? Yes, but he usually doesn't.
Point being,
Speaking, when Kevin Owens came down to save Sammy, did you hear what Heyman said to KO?
no.
Yeah.
I love you. It's always been about screw him. I want.
Yeah.
I did some research. Apparently, there's a couple of higher ups that want Heyman away from Roman.
Really?
And the thought is making him dab Roman at some point to where he becomes the new managerial manager of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens
Don't see it.
for their match against the Usos at Mania.
Oh. Well, maybe a short time, but they don't need them because they both are really good
What's
on the
up,
mic.
Zeke? Okay. Yeah. And I'll admit, I haven't been a fan of Sami since he came to WWE. But on the independents as El Generico, I watched almost every match in Ring of Honor and on the independents. But lately, in the last 6-7 months, it's been a lot different. I've noticed he's changing with the times.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we already talked about
A little bit better.
the Brock Bobby match. We talked about Theory.
Yeah.
So, did we talk about the Women's Chamber yet?
That women's changer, oh my god.
I think the right person won it.
I knew she was going to win it.
See, my top picks was either Asuka or Raquel, because when it comes to strength, Raquel would be the only one that could physically outdo Bianca. But any of the other four, I don't see them being versus Bianca being able to steal the show. Now, Bianca versus Asuka definitely could.
Speaking of Asuka, fun fact: she has won the Chamber now, and she has won Money in the Bank. She's the first female to do so.
And the Royal Rumble.
I just said the Rumble and Money in the Bank.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said Chamber and Money in the Bank. I'm sorry. I didn't hear Rumble. It must have broke up.
She won all three.
Now all she needs is the Queen of the Ring.
Which ain't gonna happen. There's a note. See if I can find it here. Edge and Beth versus Rhea and Finn. The ending to that match, I loved it.
I love that
Edge
match
and
from
Beth
start to
hitting
finish.
FTR Saturn machine. Oh my god, that was
Except, is it me or was there a small screw up in that match? I mean, because maybe I need to go back and watch it, but I don't recall Finn Balor being the legal person.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look.
Beth tagged Edge in. I don't recall Rhea tagging Finn in. She bumped into him, but he was still
No,
inside the ring. I
I
don't
would
think he was
have
ever
back.
tagged in.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that.
Roger that. But no, I enjoyed that match. If you ask me, that was probably the match of the night.
I agree. It is one of the matches of the night. United States Championship Elimination Chamber ended the way I thought it was going to end. Am I happy about it? No.
All right. I actually am.
Paul, stay on YouTube and stay away from WWE.
I actually like the idea of Austin holding on to it because it shows him. It pushes him. It puts him up to that next level. I mean, in all fairness, Seth didn't need it. He's already a Grand Slam champion. I guess the only two people I wanted to win would have been Theory or Priest. I think Priest holding the title with the Judgment Day would have worked, but since Priest got eliminated, I think Theory was a better pick. Be true, because Rollins really didn't need it.
I honestly, it was going. Oh my god, in WWE, it ain't Jonah. Bronson Reed or Gargano. I was wanting one of them to win it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if it had to be somebody, I would have loved it. Gargano won, but as soon as Gargano got beat, then
I have met Bronson Reed when he was wrestling on Independence as Jonah. He is one big ass mother effing dude. In some of the squared circle, a lot of those wrestlers in WWE, they're gonna have a run point blank.
yeah. See, with Bronson, he lost in the chamber correctly. It took 3 people with 3 finishers to defeat him. That was correct to defeat him. It shows it proves his toughness without giving him a title just yet. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. But the thing that gets me is with Edge and Beth using the Shatter Machine, is that their way of trying to get them back in WWE?
Well, Edge still is until next year. Edge said his contract goes to the middle of this year around Survivor Series, which is supposed to be in Toronto, and he said that's his last match.
But what if I told you he already signed a new contract for after Survivor Series? But not to compete.
Well, Legends.
Edge is on a contract now. He is on a Legends contract.
Right.
When that expires in Toronto Survivor Series, if it's actually in Toronto, he's been offered a backstage role. And he's not sure if he wants to be backstage or if he just wants to call it quits.
Right. It's just a way of him wanting to retire on his terms.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see what else happened at the chamber.
We did the women's. We did Brock and Bobby. We did the men's. We did the mixed tag, and we did the main event. That was all. That was just 5 matches.
Okay, I'm not sure if you guys care or if you watched or kept in contact with New Japan's Battle in the Valley
No.
in San Jose, California. I watched one match, and it was the match I wanted to see. Former
Yeah.
WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Kairi Sane defending the New Japan Pro Wrestling Women's or the IWGP Women's World Title against formerly Sasha Banks, now known. During that match, it got brutal. Now, at one point during the match, they're in San Jose, so this makes sense. You see Mercedes hit a Bailey to belly. You see her hit a lot of moves that she typically never would use in WWE. But at the end, she hit a move. I can't remember what they're calling it now. But she ended up defeating Kyrie for the IWGP Women's title. A lot of people, including our dear Freddie, our dear buddy, Charisma Modifier, aka the Show, is mad that Carrie lost. At the same time, I understand why. She's one heck of a wrestler. In
Yeah,
her
she's better
first
looking.
match, in her first match in New Japan, they had Sasha win.
But doesn't that just go by
Honestly,
what Insidious says? Hey, here's someone new, give him a title.
mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I don't like it.
Oh, anyway. Uh, is there anything else wrestling related you got? I'm not trying to rush you, but you said
Wait a
yourself you had to
minute,
get to
wait
bed
a
soon.
minute, wait a minute.
Okay.
Oh,
Hmm? What you got, Chief?
well, give me a second. It's take time to load. Um, and Mercedes was asked about ever returning to WWE, and she actually answered the question. Yeah. Uh,
Okay. Um, what else you got there, Chief?
Let this load here.
Okay. Are you trying to screen share something or what? What are you trying to do? Insidious, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. What's up?
Oh! Mm. You might want to take a look at the comments.
Interesting.
I wonder who they're referring to. Hello, Aaron. How you doing? I guess Chief has some issues. Insidious, did you? Oh, Chief's back. Trying to.
No, but this is very interesting.
Man,
Hmm.
but I don't like gluten-free waffles. They taste like they taste like ass. um.
Oh well.
Anyway. Um. Uh.
I eat a lot of gluten.
Yeah. Hey, hey Chief. Are you okay down there?
I took care of it. It's over with.
What?
If that's what you were wanting to know, Chief.
Oh. Okay, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean to Chief. I mean, I know he's having some technical difficulties, but I also don't want to cut him off before he has to go to bed or something. And sis, did you watch any of the games this weekend?
No.
No. All right. I'm gonna quickly show the ticker about the results of the games. Check this out. So the Renegades beat the Vipers 22-20. Roughnecks beat the Guardians 33-12. Battlehawks beat the Brahmas 18-15, and Defenders beat the Dragons. Sea Dragons, I'm sorry, 22-18. Um, Chief had one right. Me and you each had two right. Do you know what the interesting thing about the XFL was? I didn't get a chance to watch the first two games because I was watching the pay per view and going grocery shopping. But I did watch the Battlehawks and the Brahmas, and the Brahmas had the Battlehawks beat at the 2 minute warning, 15-3. But because of the interesting rules that the XFL had, the Battlehawks scored, went for three, got it, did the special 4th and 15 choice instead of an onside kick, got it, was allowed to keep the ball, and got a score to win the game. I mean, that it just shows that the XFL, you can get yourself, you can make a comeback in a minute because of how the scores are set up and how the rules work. So the Sea Dragon Defender game was a good one to watch too. But like I said, I didn't see the two on Saturday because I was watching the yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's all I got for week one. Uh, yes.
Hey, Chief, I already took care of that. Why do you think they didn't respond?
Hey, one of you guys, there's a link I sent you in private chat.
Yeah. I'll look at it in a
Since
second.
this one doesn't want to seem to screen worth of crap. If you want to share screen it, please.
All right. Wait, do I need Twitter in order to open this?
No.
Is it the interview I'm looking at here?
Yeah, share it.
But I want to put up the copyright infringement thing.
You already did.
Okay.
Already did.
All right. I can do it. Oh, well, it says yeah. Go.
A prominent MMA coach from Boston reach out to me and say, I remember her from Sidjatan and the coach,
way.
Tyson
He's a Mark
Chartier.
Delgado?
Do you remember those days training in Boston with like Mark Delagrati, the legend Mark Delagrati's team?
Yes. And I trained with him to get myself ready for professional wrestling because I wasn't 18 yet. I just moved to Boston when I was 16, 17. And even before that in Minnesota, I went to an MMA school just to get ready for wrestling because I watched an RVD DVD that he did MMA. So I wanted to be like him. But yeah, I went to City of Tong and trained with Mark Delagrati before I went to a professional wrestling school. And man, he is an absolute freaking legend. I haven't seen him in so long, so that is so crazy.
Yeah, so the coach that reached out to me is he was a fighter then. His name is Tyson Chartier, and now he's a coach and he coaches some of the best fighters coming out of the New England area, like Calvin Cater, Rob Font. I'm not sure how much you follow the UFC, but he was a fighter at that time. But he remembered you, and he said that even back then, she said, "I'm gonna be a pro wrestler," and I guess that was just a known thing at the gym at that time.
Yeah, that if you knew anything about me since I was a kid, I would tell you what my dream was, and that was always to be a professional wrestler.
Okay, that was nice.
Okay, that's not. Dean said that it asked whether she would go back to WWE. You guys can talk about your football if you need to.
Oh, I just wanted to send up. Okay. Here's the. Fuck. What was that? Scroll. There. Here's the games for this week. So. What do you guys want to quickly do your predictions? And that's pretty much all I got. Still really kind of too early for me to really talk much about it. See, Battlehawks and the Sea Dragons. If the Battlehawks play like they did their last 2 minutes, they'll win. But if they play like they did the whole first 3.5 quarters, they're going to get their butts whooped by the Sea Dragons. So, what do you guys think? Insidious?
I agree.
Do you have a prediction for this one?
Battlehawks.
All right. I saw Chief put his finger in the air. I'm assuming he's meaning Seattle, but I don't know. Chief's frozen again. Saturday Night Football will be the Defenders and the Vipers. I'm gonna go with the Defenders. You want to go with the Viper? The Defenders are Insidious.
Vipers.
Viper.
God forbid, do not lose your Microsoft account, anybody.
No kidding, right?
Dude, you're fucking stupid, man. Like, they wipe all your shit.
The third one is the Brahmas and the Guardians.
Say that again.
Which one?
Whatever you just said, my screen froze.
Zajuka was blocked. Well, what does Zajuka say?
Just not dealing with plots.
I said Brahmas and Guardians. Both of them lost a respectful game, so
Who in Guardian?
the Brahmas. I like the Brahmas. Insidious?
Brahmas.
Brahmas. And the last one is the Renegades and the Roughnecks.
Roughnecks.
I'm gonna go with the Renegades because they've yet to lose a game, even in the last season. All right. Chief can do his predictions if and when he returns. Um, he- I have a quick rant for you. Into this. So let me tell you what happened in the news today.
Hmm.
All right. So Insidious,
Hmm.
what
Hello?
would you do? What should happen to you if if you do this? You're driving down, driving down the neighborhood in Queens. You hit you hit somebody, like you hit another car. You keep going. You then hit a parked car. Then you keep going. You drive through a bike lane, which causes you to hit and kill a 50-year-old woman.
Okay, to answer your questions real quick, dragons, vipers, brahmas, roughnecks.
Got it.
All right, well, I gotta head to bed. And I think the whole glitchiness on my phone, I think it's just Google on my phone. Because it's only doing it when we're in Google Chrome.
Ah, interesting.
Damn, I was gonna tell him while he goes to bed, I'll be making a list.
What list?
B list.
I want more people needs to be banned.
Huh?
Well, we only had 2 people pop up.
And they're already on the list.
Okay. So you heard my scenario. What do you think?
What's the story behind it? Like more detail. Where are you going with
If, uh, uh,
By the way, coming soon, the Chiefs list.
it? We already have one.
hey, it's February. When are we doing the me versus Insidious? Who's smarter thing?
If you remember the date said February 25th. That would be Saturday.
Right.
It will not be during the morning because I have a mandatory 9 a.m. work meeting on my day off.
Uh huh.
And that also means I have to, instead of game this week, figure out the rest of the questions.
Uh huh. All right. Go bye bye.
He'll be gaming this week.
So would I. My birthday weekend.
You game every day, it doesn't matter.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you need to start streaming it when you game so you can get your account affiliate there, bud.
Eh. But I don't really have any. I don't play Call of Duty like you guys. All I'm doing is playing Ark, and
You don't have to
I
play
don't.
Call of Duty. It's for every game.
I know, but all right, all right.
You can stream Arc. You can stream when you do live for Madden. People love watching those live Maddens,
Hmm.
Fair
especially
enough.
when you're facing somebody else.
But until then, here's a special ad, sponsor ad.
We'll be right back after a brief message from our sponsors.
That's right. The official sponsor of Highway 34 Connection, the podcast, is W Energy, a clean energy to help you be better. W Energy. Try it today. Hey, it's the Chief from Highway 34 Connection and Chief_streaming. Check out officialchief34merch.com for all your merch for Highway 34 Connection and Chief Streaming.
If you're interested in buying merch from Insidious_streaming, stop by my spread shop where you can find everything you want and need. Thank you and have a good day.
Now back to your live podcasting here at Highway 34 Connection.
Okay.
If you have any questions you think I should ask that are in the categories that were previously mentioned in previous podcasts, let me know on Insta or hit one of them up. But don't give them the answer. Give me the answer. You guys have anything else?
No, I'm just going to do my quick rant and then I'm getting off.
You guys
You
can
can
do
email
that.
all the
I'm
answers
out.
you want.
8.5 inches. Anyway,
8.5 inches of what?
anyway, so here's the
Good.
scenario. A 52-year-old woman was died after being struck by an SUV as a vehicle hurried through Queens. The
Mm-hmm.
horrific. All right. The vehicle collided with another vehicle on the road and then struck another parked car and then veered and crashed into a sidewalk, went through a bike lane, and it struck the victim.
Okay.
What do you think should happen to this driver?
It depends on what happened that made him do all that. That is your question. Was it
Doesn't
someone who had
matter.
a heart attack behind the wheel?
No, he was just trying to get somewhere fast.
Are we sure?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they're saying?
Mm-hmm. Come on, he killed somebody while driving
Murder?
recklessly.
Well, no, they're not going to charge him with murder. They'll get him with vehicular homicide. He'll serve 10 years and he'll be out in 5. So he'll get a
Now,
10-year sentence and be out in 5 years where he'll parole.
okay, now I'll finish the actual scenario. The guy was a cop when he did it.
He'll serve nothing.
See, the problem is rules apply to us, not them.
Well, that depends if he was in a hurry to go to a call.
Doesn't matter. They can't run people over.
Sirens blaring specifically states get the fuck out the way.
Yeah, it's true, but that means you
As
can't
long as
drive.
those lights are flashing, it's the same way with an ambulance, a fire truck. If you do not move, they can and forcefully will move you.
They can't drive on a sidewalk.
It depends on what the call was. For all we know, that it could have been a little girl that got hit by another car, and he was rushing to the scene because he was closer.
True, but you still can't drive on a sidewalk and kill someone.
If he had sirens on, they should be smart enough to fucking get out the damn way.
Yeah, like get out of the road and onto the sidewalk.
Yeah, but people if a cop is in a hurry, they don't have a limit to where they can go. You've seen it in multiple in real life situations where they have got onto the sidewalk in a hurry.
If it's safe, not downtown Queens.
So for one, downtown Queens alone would be enough for a cop to get on the sidewalk. Queens is a bad area for anybody to be in, let alone a cop.
So let's look through the list. First, he hits a car. Then he leaves that area, which is leaving the scene of an accident. He then hits
Like
a park. Hold on, let me finish.
If he was on a call, it wasn't that far away. It could be why he left the scene.
Anyway, he left the scene of an accident. Not allowed to do that. 2, he then hit a parked car. And the rules state, the laws in every state are the same thing. You hit a parked car, it's your fault. 9 ways to Sunday. No, it doesn't matter if the parked car is parked illegally or anything. If you hit it, you're at fault because you lost control of your vehicle. And then driving through the bike
I'm
lane.
just saying this is a gray area to try to argue over without knowing all the facts to it.
I'll read it to you.
I mean, what was his lights on? Do they know?
It says the lights were on, but the siren was not.
That means it was a silent call, which probably means shootout. Didn't want them to hear him coming.
So that means nobody could hear him coming.
No, but still, you should be smart enough to get the fuck out the road.
How? If you don't know if they're coming.
You can hear a cruiser.
It wasn't a cruiser.
You can hear a cruiser.
It wasn't a
You got
cruiser.
a wonderful fine sound coming out from underneath that hood.
It wasn't a cruiser.
What, was unmarked car?
It was a says it was
SUV?
yeah.
Still, they got a distinct sound. I know, I can hear them. They zoom by here all the time, and I'm like, yep, that's a cop. They have a one of a kind engine. I'm not upholding the officer. I'm not, because I really don't know.
It was also at night.
Okay. Now I'm definitely blaming the person. He's probably dressed in all black in the middle of Queens.
It was a what? It was a.
Don't care the color.
It was a 50-year-old woman.
Doesn't matter. If you're not wearing all white, white clothing or bright colors, and you're in all black,
It's
stopping
also
and
down.
seeing.
Look. I'm seeing the picture of the
Oh, I'm gonna look this up. Give me a second.
I'm looking at the picture of the surrounding areas. Trust me, it's bright as hell. You can see people. The problem is a cop's lights. It looks so much like all the lights around. I mean, you can easily miss it. My point is, he shouldn't have been driving on the sidewalk. He should have been driving that recklessly, to be honest.
That depends on the nurse
Okay,
of the situation.
I get emergencies happen, but here's one. My wife is pregnant. She needs to go to the hospital now. So I speed going 50 miles an hour through 25-mile-per-hour zones, and I kill someone. My fault? Hey, I had an emergency while I'm driving to the hospital. What you looking up? Did you find it? The article I got says,
Oh, I see. So yes, I am correct.
"What's up?"
This is from CBS. Around 8:30 Friday near Beach Channel Drive, Rockaway resident Kevin Garcia was on his way home from work Friday night when he heard police sirens. I didn't know a person got hit until I went closer, he said. Police say an NYPD patrol car with 4 officers inside was heading to an emergency call with their lights on, tried to pass a Toyota Corolla that was waiting to make a left turn. And this was the cop talking. I feel like it was a split-second reaction. Investigators say the driver didn't see the patrol car and made the turn into the path of the cruiser. Therefore, he is at fault. The New York PD vehicle then struck the Corolla on the driver's door side front door. The impact sent the cruiser into a 50-year-old woman who was standing in a bike lane. Police say the cop car then skid onto the sidewalk and went right into a vehicle in a parking lot. The parked car, they say, was unoccupied. When I saw the impact after, the police got out of the car and went to take care of the woman to give her CPR. As Garcia got closer, he learned the woman wasn't moving. From there, we said a prayer for her and her family. The victim was taken to Jamaica Hospital where she was pronounced dead. Her identity has not been released. Garcia was told the victim was home attendant on her way home from work. The lady that she was taking care of, her kids, got a sandwich because I work as a cook. She said it was her nurse. The Rockaway resident couldn't sleep Friday night. I felt bad for the lady. I saw it with my own eyes. I felt like traumatized. It could have been me. Police say the driver of the Corolla was not injured and the 4 officers suffered minor injuries. Like I said, without all the details, it made it a little hard to figure out, but that sounds better.
You know what? I'm going to apologize to you on that because the article I read did not mention the other car cutting the officer off.
Yeah, cut the officer off and put him right into her.
Who had the green light?
Huh?
Who had the green light?
The officer, the light just turned green, and they didn't see the officer coming and cut right in front of him.
So the officer had the green light?
Both of them.
What?
Yeah.
You usually don't have.
Yes, the cop was coming up on the Corolla. He was getting ready to pass it. And the Corolla cut right in front of the cop.
Turning left.
Yes.
So the cop was trying to go straight.
Yep, and the Corolla turned right into him.
So he was trying to go straight using a left turn lane to go straight.
Not according to this.
Well, what you just described had to have been. Because if you
This is
turn
what it
left,
says right here.
I get that. I'm trying to picture it in my mind.
Hold on a minute. I'll read it again. Investigators say the driver didn't see the patrol car and made the turn into the path of the cruiser.
So if
Vehicle
you
struck the Corolla on the driver's side door. So yes, he
that,
slung around him because he was just sitting there, and the light must have turned green right as the cop went to slide around.
so the left arrow came on, and the cop was going straight, and the guy was turning left. So the cop
So there
was
must
using
have been another car on the other side of the Corolla that the cop couldn't get through. So he went
and,
to go around because the other cop, the cars in front of him, stopped because they seen him coming.
and the cop couldn't, and the cop
Couldn't go
used,
around anywhere
and
else.
he used the wrong lane to go straight.
No, he was going around the Corolla.
To go straight.
Yep.
And by
And
doing so, he was
the
using a
Corolla
left
should
turn
have
lane.
stopped, but didn't. Said he didn't see him.
Because the siren wasn't on.
They said they were headed to an emergency call. They tried to pass a Toyota Corolla
On the
that
left.
was waiting to make a left turn.
So they were using the wrong lane.
Like I said, dude, you're a cop, man. If you have 3 lines of traffic, which you're in downtown Queens, I bet you did, you
More
only
like
have the
5.
left lane. Let's say you have 3 lanes of traffic. There's 3 cars straight across. You ain't getting around. So all you have is the left. That's probably why the other cars were stopped when they seen him, because they had nowhere to go. So they looked ahead. Corolla didn't think to look in his mirror and decided, oh, I got a green light, I'm going, and pretty much cut in front of him. Cut him off.
That's
8 o'clock at night, and you don't see berries and cherries lighting up the road behind you or your mirrors. I want to know what the hell you're on.
Flashing lights in downtown New York. That's everywhere.
Queens, not New York. Queens is a suburb, man.
It's still New York.
It's a suburb of New York.
It's a neighborhood of New York.
Hold on a minute. You know what? They have a video. I'm going to screen share it. Well, we'll find out because they're going to show the whole thing. So we'll do that, and we'll see.
Yeah, do that because honestly, we need to see. We need to see. We're getting different. That's the problem. You get 2 different articles saying 2 different things.
I agree. So
one was blaming the cop, and now this one's blaming the pedestrian. So or not the pedestrian, but the other driver.
Of course, they're going to blame the cop. They're all about defund the police. Of course, they're going to not back the cop.
You're also looking at CBS usually, which is part of it.
And they're saying the opposite. Oh.
Killed by a police cruiser. This crash happened in Far Rockaway, Queens last night. CBS News' Leah Mishkin spoke with a witness there.
I didn't know the person got hit, and so I went closer.
Kevin Garcia was on his way home from work Friday night when he heard police sirens. Police say an NYPD patrol car with 4 officers inside was heading to an emergency call with their lights on. Police say the NYPD cruiser tried to pass a Toyota Corolla on Beach Channel Drive that was waiting to make a left turn.
I feel like it was just like a split second.
Investigators say the driver didn't see the patrol car, made the turn, and they crashed. The impact sent the cruiser crashing into a 52-year-old woman who was standing in a bike lane.
Police say that cop car, it then skid onto the sidewalk. You could see the marks still here today, and it went right into
They were
a
going way
car.
too
That
fast.
car, though, they say
They were on a
was
call.
unoccupied.
When I seen the impact after, the police got out the car and went to go take care of the woman, giving her CPR.
As Garcia got closer, he learned the woman wasn't moving.
From there, we had said a prayer, and God bless her and her family, you know.
Garcia was told she was a home attendant on her way home from work.
The lady that she was taking care of, her kids came, got a sandwich because I work in the cook. She was telling that it was her nurse.
The Rockaway resident couldn't sleep Friday night.
I felt bad for the lady, and I saw it in my own eyes. You know, I felt like traumatized myself. You know, like it could have been me.
Police say the driver of the Corolla was not injured, and the 4 officers suffered minor injuries. In Far Rockaway, Queens, Leah Mishkin, CBS 2 News.
Didn't say the call, though. I was waiting on that.
Yeah, but see, if you're going to go through a busy intersection like that, I get they got to get there quick, but a busy intersection, you got to have some either
I'm
if
sorry.
you can't and if you can't use your sirens because you're trying to do a quiet one, then at least you need to slow down to at least a little bit. Therefore, you can get through
Like I
a
said,
busy.
it goes on the extent of the call. If it was a gun shootout, gang shootout that we are talking about in New York, are you going to wait or are you going to try to get there as quick as you can? Four
Quick as
cops in a cruiser that
hold it
gives me a sign that it was something pretty bad.
quick as you can in a safely manner. You can do both.
Well, like I said, four cops in a cruiser is unheard of. So it must have been something pretty bad they were going to.
I understand that, but I think there's faults on both sides. Because if you take a look at those skid marks,
I'm not
and
going to blame the cop on this because putting myself in their shoes, I'd probably be doing the exact same thing.
but if you take a look at those skid marks and how the impact sent them going, and hey chief, if you see see those skid marks and you see the impact of them still going, see the collision, it didn't. The Camry stopped. The other car was still going. That tells you just how fast.
Yeah, they were probably going about 60 miles, 70 miles an hour to get to a
I'm
call.
going to interrupt the two of you for just a moment. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, what's
No.
up?
It is officially confirmed it is Google that is causing it on my phone. I downloaded the new Microsoft Edge internet browser and it is working clear without that happening.
You know, I actually got a notification from StreamYard the other day warning people not to use Chrome and use Edge.
Did you really?
Chrome.
What?
I'm using Chrome.
But yeah, I'm on Edge right now.
Okay. As long as it's working.
Yeah, it's working fine, so I may end up having her download it and get rid of Chrome.
Roger that.
And since you all are
debating,
I'll switch that for you.
No, we're about ready to wrap it up.
We're debating. It's under debation. I'm still siding with the PD on it.
And
I'm not saying the PD was wrong. Hey, I'm just saying it could have been avoided.
I haven't been watching, but as far as the cop killing someone, the cop should still be charged.
Thank you.
They didn't kill him. It was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident, but
the cop was in a hurry. They were going to call. There was four of them. They went to pass the vehicle because all the lanes were blocked, so they went to go around it on the left lane, and a car
without their sirens on.
He didn't see the lights and turned into the cruiser, who then shot towards a lady and came rest into a parking lot. All four officers jumped out and started giving CPR on the lady that was struck, and she was later pronounced dead.
Okay, yeah, then that's a complete accident.
But yeah. I'm still saying that if it goes anywhere, it's going to go to that driver of the Corolla not paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, but if it's a busy intersection, they at least should have had some sirens on because they didn't have the sirens on. They just had the lights on. And you're talking about pitch black. Like, it's not pitch black. It was like flashing lights.
Not well lit, that's for damn sure. Like downtown Ottumwa, you can still see them cherries coming in your rearview mirror.
Yeah, in Ottumwa maybe, not in New York. In New York,
it was lit the same way.
In New York, nighttime looks like daytime in New York.
It didn't to me like in that picture. I mean,
looked
like downtown Ottumwa.
It's like freaking Vegas. I mean, it's like brighter during the day than it is.
I don't know. To me, it looked like downtown Ottumwa.
No, that because everything to you looks like downtown Ottumwa.
No, Florida's beautiful. I'd fuck their night sky could light up the freaking earth.
Wait a minute. In my defense, our main street right now is pretty bright at night.
Exactly, and you can still see berries and cherries coming in your rearview mirror.
I think there's a little blame to go around, but it does help that we now know the whole story because I had.
The reason for the sirens is to make sure that if anyone is aware of their coming, they will escape. So that's why Ottumwa don't use the sirens no more, not even to pull you over.
They will if you don't notice, if you don't pull over right away.
Nope, they still don't. They just honk their horn.
Oh.
That's really it. But 9 times out of 10, you see them back there. I know every time I've seen them. Of course, I look for them. Oh, yep, I'm getting pulled over. I'll just pull over now. Fuck it.
Interesting.
It's going to happen.
All right. Heidi's calling dinner.
I have one rant.
Go ahead.
Of my own.
Hurry up.
Why hurry up?
Because I gotta go.
Speaking of going, did you ever move forward on the game yet?
I knew I forgot to do something.
Yeah, I've been waiting all day and yesterday.
Well, send me a message.
I tried calling you yesterday.
Sometimes you gotta send me a message.
I did, and you never looked at it.
Sorry. All right.
Anywho, that's one of my rants. Was that?
Okay.
Anyways, for today's my rant is why is it when something happens in Iowa they don't broadcast it like they do if it's somewhere over somewhere else?
Because nobody even knows where Iowa exists. Is your answer?
Even if it involves a school shooting.
Look, I've had 5 people tell me. Look, I've had 5 people when I say, "Yeah, I'm from Iowa." They're like, "Oh, is that the place with the potatoes or the corn?"
Well, not Idaho.
I'm just saying.
Anywho's, even if it involves a school shooting.
What school shooting?
Oh, see? My point.
I'm not
January
trying to
27th in Des Moines.
So,
Two people were killed. Two
that
students.
one last month.
7 injured.
Yeah, I already heard about that one.
Yeah, but how come I never heard about it?
Because you don't pay attention.
No, you know why I didn't hear about it? Because it wasn't on Facebook, wasn't on every social media outlet. It wasn't blowing my phone up.
Are we actually talking about the shooting, or are we talking about why we didn't hear about it? What's the rant?
The rant is if it was a major school or a major area, like a big city, we would be hearing it all over the place. My YouTube would be blowing up. My Twitter would be not Twitter. My Twitch would be blowing up.
It also goes by who the victims were and who the assailant was. Like if there was a crime.
All right, I'm going to use Idaho.
No, I get it. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Nobody gives a shit about Iowa.
It's not a point. Iowa don't give a shit about Iowa.
Fair enough. I'm pretty sure it was on the local.
What I'm pissed off about.
I'm pretty sure it was on the local news last month. I remember hearing about it.
Local. It shouldn't be just local, though. I mean, if you're going to cover a school shooting, cover all of them, damn it. Don't just pick and choose what you want. Oh, another one in Texas. Oh, look, another one in Colorado. Okay. Iowa, you ain't ever fucking heard of, but you ain't going to cover that?
Because
it's a Republican state. Makes sense.
But Iowa is a Republican state.
My point.
No, that doesn't actually hurt your point. Because Texas is...
But what's the population of Texas compared to Iowa?
Do you want to know that I think about it? After our governor just passed the state law for more gun rights for us, why didn't the media blow it up? If anything, it should have been like a freaking chocolate cake with whipped cream for them. They would say, "Hey, look, this is the problem when you give more people guns," and yet they didn't they didn't go for it. You're absolutely right. What the hell?
That's kind of the point I was making. It's like nothing made sense out of the whole damn thing.
No, it don't.
You would think ABC News, CNN would be blowing that shit out of proportion.
Hey, do you think we could, do you want to talk about this more on Tuesday?
Conspiracy theory?
This one, yeah.
Is it really a conspiracy?
It is. Why is more places talk more than others? That's a conspiracy right there. There's a conspiracy within a conspiracy.
If we're going to do this one, if I'm going to go down this rabbit hole, I can tie in a couple more that go into it.
Because it's a conspiracy within a conspiracy.
Well, I got leaked into another conspiracy the other day, actually. I was going to talk to you about.
Okay.
So, we've heard this New World Order talk for a while. I got stumbled up onto something, and somebody said this whole UFO shit they're trying to push is the last key that they needed. If you heard that.
I heard it.
Hey, it's still a conspiracy theory. And it could be fun to talk about.
New World Order, huh?
Even if it is batshit crazy. I don't know if anyone's coming close to that New World Order. I think it's that Robbie character.
That guy.
Yeah, he's the only one that's got most of it figured out there.
Mm.
We're going to get more into him, too, because I'm going to dig into some interviews.
Roger that.
Because I want to know more about that guy and his plans to do all this.
Hey, we need to get some media equipment.
Why?
Microphones.
All you need is a GoPro nowadays.
Yeah. We got to go to Indian Hills and start doing interviews.
About what?
Our conspiracies, our rants, our are these. I mean, everything. The whole thing we can get some. We can get some things out of this. We could be like a media source.
Well, if that's the case, I got an Apple iPhone.
Oh, we need something more like a.
Dude, do you even know what they're using iPhones for? They're shooting low-budget movies with them, man. I'm being for real.
I know, but I don't have an Apple iPhone. I just have an Android.
But I do, and this thing does have an interview section on it.
What?
My iPhone.
Oh.
It goes right into interview mode.
Do you think the Galaxy has that?
No, because no.
When
they built the iPhone, they built it for streaming and pretty much anything you wanted to do. If you wanted to do a live broadcast, hey, hold my phone, get a Bluetooth microphone. You now have your camera right in front of you. You got your microphone.
I don't want to get an iPhone though. Do you think I can get myself like an iPad or something?
iPad has the same technology, just not the. Oh, they might have the same cameras.
All right.
Might look a little funny holding a big ass block.
Well, I don't need a second phone, dude.
Well, when you do your free upgrade, there's your upgrade. Trust me, dude. I hate my Samsung. I said I would never go iPhone, but once I've owned it, I hate my Android. My Apple, so much faster. When I turn it on to rest and I turn it back on, only thing it does is it shows the Apple icon, bam, it's there. I don't wait for my apps to load up. I don't wait for nothing. It's just like a computer. It's already there. It's loaded. The thing is 100% way better.
I've had an iPhone once and it was horrible.
Yeah, I got the iPhone 14 Pro and I miss it.
All right.
That's all I got.
Yep.
For rant wise.
Yep. We'll see you guys Tuesday night.
Yeah.
All right.
Tuesday night.
Hi, I'm Insidious. Thanks for watching this podcast.
This is the Ghost, and thank you for watching our podcast.
And I am the Chief. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night.